So quick question to everyone. Would you trust an illegal immigrant to be a police officer? I mean, nowadays it's pretty hard to trust law enforcement in general with all the gun grabbing they're doing. Warrants up the wazoo. Well, we may find out. So California passed a law that allows non-US citizens to serve as police officers. Okay, let me just make sure I understand this. We went from defund the police in 2020. Then we went to a shortage of police officers. Then we went through recently a lot of police officers aiding the ATF, FBI in doing crooked things. And so adding all this up, the question becomes, who wants to be a police officer? I mean, I sure as fuck wouldn't. I'd go to the fire department any day of the week before I step foot in a police department. Now, that being said, there are some good cops who abide by the Constitution, but I think nowadays it's a rarity. So bringing all this together, what it seems like is California is kind of itching for police officers. To the point where now they're just allowing non-US citizens to be police officers? I mean, listen to this.
LAPD Chief Michael Moore says his department is working to allow non-citizen DACA recipients who are officers the ability to carry a firearm full-time. Thanks again for joining us here on ABC 7 Hulu and wherever you stream. I'm David Ono.
I'm Ellen Leyva. The LAPD says there are many steps that need to be taken to help DACA recipients become officers.
That's because there are federal restrictions regarding DACA recipients having guns. And
you understand why there would be a federal restriction? It's because our Constitution is respected by the people, not the government, our people. And we fight back when things don't align with our Constitution. And what that means is that if you are a U.S. citizen, you have the rights that are allowed to you through the Constitution. But if you're not, meaning you came here illegally or you came here and you're not a citizen yet, you don't get them. Tough shit. And anyone who tells you that you get them is full of crap. Allow me to read for a second. The Los Angeles Board of Police Commissioners unanimously approved a policy detailing how DACA recipients can be legally armed to serve as police officers. I mean, where does this stop? Big thanks to Blackout Coffee for sponsoring today's video. Obviously, we're all about the Second Amendment here. They are too. Amazing coffee. And they also have partner blends like the GOA blend and the FPC blend, who you probably know have had a major part in blocking the ATF pistol brace ban. They send 2 cups of coffee for every bag sold to our active troops, and they are one American-ass company. My current favorites, they switch all the time just because all of it's good, but Brutal Awakening and Cinnamon French Toast for the flavored side, unreal. Unreal. It's roasted fresh daily, quick shipping, gets there fresh, and you're supporting an amazing business. So we're putting a discount code below the video. Go join the Blackout family.
The LAPD is trying to work out a plan that would allow DACA recipients to become officers. California passed a law allowing people who do not have legal status to serve as police officers.
You want to have an illegal immigrant run the country next? I mean, that's kind of the path that we're on, right? We're letting people just wander through our border, no problem. And at the end of the day, all the people who are like, oh no, it's racist to say you should allow people into the US. No, it's selfish. There's a difference. We're being selfish. We want our country for us. We don't want to share it. If you were born in another country, tough shit. Or if you want to come here, do it legally. Wait the time out, do the citizenship process, do all the background checks so we know that you're not some drug smuggler, human trafficker, whatever else. But no, we're just letting people run through. And the reason why I have a problem with it is for the stuff I just said. Human trafficking, fentanyl. I mean, fentanyl is killing people like crazy. And now we're like, oh, why don't we just make them officers of the law? Here's why this is a problem. When you're not a citizen, do you think your employers have some leverage on you? I would say yes, they do. How about, well, do this or we're going to deport you. Do this or you're fired and there's nothing that you can do because you're not a US citizen. Do this or we're not going to let your family come here. So what does that turn into? That turns into all of these non-US citizens being cops doing the stuff that other cops don't want to do. Let's bring up a few circumstances here. One would be helping the ATF. Get a call from an ATF agent to one of these non-US citizen cops. Hey, we need you to go check on this dude's house, maybe take his guns. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. What about an FBI agent coming to him? I mean, these aren't outrageous what ifs. The other question is, how many of these people are possible terrorists? I know the FBI thinks they know everything about everyone, but what if somebody comes over and you have no information on them? I doubt you have information on every single Mexican citizen, and I really doubt Mexico has all of the records on everyone. So what if it's an unknown person? They come over, they give you a fake name, they have no documentation, and they're really a terrorist, and now you put them as a cop. Oh, well, we did a background check and nothing came back. It's pretty normal for people down there. You know what the FBI is worried about? They're not worried about them, they're worried about us. That's probably 99% of their job. Do you know anyone from January 6th? Because a news anchor was crying the other day and we gotta find more of them. We have to.
I'm gonna try to get through this. Thank you for what you did 3 years ago today.
For God's sake, pull yourself together, man.
By the way, whoever that guy was that was crying about it on live TV, dude, your life is way too easy. And look, if you live in America, we have it pretty easy. But the point is, when you have it easy, you have to do hard shit. So you're not the dude on a news station crying about an event where nothing really happened. This is just another thing that 50 years ago you would have brought up to someone, hey, did you know that one day illegal immigrants will be cops? They'd probably toss their beer in your face and tell you to go to hell. That's where we're at.